So at the beginning of the story, it is shown that a man kills an old sweeper and takes his appearance and enters the office, pulling out a big sniper from his luggage, starts assembling it. During this time, a lady sees him. He shoots her without hesitation. As soon as the guard hears this sound, he comes here. This guy shoots him too. Then the son of the company owner passes through it. This guy goes after him to kill him. And that boy is walking up the stairs. That shooter shoots at his leg and runs away from there. Now the shooter had come to the top floor here. When he looked below, the police had also arrived. He threw a smoke bomb and then very comfortably and left the building and disappeared. He comes to the hotel room and comes in his real disguise. This time, we can see his face clearly. This is actually Jackal, the main character of our series. The boy whose leg Jackal had shot at this time, his dad was a politician. As he learns that his son had a deadly attack, he immediately went to the hospital. Jackal has reached the building right in front. Actually, this whole thing was Jackal's plan. He wanted to kill the politician, not his son. So he only injured his son because he knew that, to meet him, the politician will definitely come to the hospital, and then Jackal will make him his target. Jackal assembles his gun. Outside, the guards also prepared to safely escort the politician out of the car. As soon as he saw Jackal shot him from a long distance. After this, the Jackal opens his gun and packs it in a suitcase, the place from where he had shot. He plants a bomb at the building and comes out from. A big politician was shot from there. In just a few minutes, the police also reach here. Before the police do a thorough search of this place, the bomb here explodes, in which many policemen also get killed and also get injured. The scene is cut now. We introduce an agent named Bianca, who is shown working for MI6. This agency carries out big missions and the task of catching big criminals. Bianca receives the news of the death of the politician. She gets shocked on hearing that he was hit from a distance of about 2 miles. It was impossible, and even if it was done, the shooter was very skilled. But we see the Jackal, who buys expensive chess and then leaves for home. It was obvious a very famous man had died. Checks are being conducted everywhere to catch the criminal. Jackal is also checked, and when he is questioned, then Jackal tells that he is here to purchase a very valuable chess because he has a hobby of buying old things. Even the police don't get anything like this, which makes them suspicious. That's why they let Jackal go. Here we see that Bianca reached her headquarters the next day. The case of the SAME politician is being discussed there. The building is shown to her from where the politician was shot at. The distance between the politician and that building was 3,815 meters. Immediately after the shoot, a man was also seen coming out from there, with only a suitcase in his hand. It was indeed the Jackal, but Bianca refuses to accept him as a killer, saying that considering the distance from which it was shot, requires a very powerful sniper, which is impossible to fit in a small suitcase. Maybe that sniper gun is in the same building, and through that sniper gun, the criminal can be identified. Bianca is told that her team has searched for the entire building, but they didn't have any snipers there. Meeting is dismissed. Later, Bianca tells her boss, Isabel, "I think I can find the killer, because I know a guy like that, which creates special snipers. Just like for these missions, this sniper is definitely taken from him, and through him, we can reach the killer." Upon hearing her, Isabel gives permission for the investigation. Here we see the Jackal, who has now come to Paris. Coming here, he tries to talk to his dealer via the dark web, on whose orders he killed the politician. Even though his mission was accomplished, he didn't receive the remaining amount. But Jackal also talks to another dealer. She also assigns a Jackal with a mission to kill someone. She was giving a huge amount to Jackal, $10 million But for this, they had only one condition, that Jackal would meet him before the mission. Jackal had never met someone related to his mission, but he was getting a huge amount of money, so he agreed to this condition as well. Here we see Bianca, who meets a lady secretly. She asks about Norman, that is, the same man who is an expert at making snippers. She refuses to tell her anything, and she also says that it will be good for you not to meet again. Otherwise, my husband will do worse with me. Seeing her attitude, Bianca tells her, don't you remember that I have all your records? If you don't give me Norman's number through your husband, then you'll see yourself behind the prison bars. The Jackal meets his new dealer, who is a girl. Coming here, Jackal asks this girl who the target is. The girl told him Ula Dog Charles, who was a very famous person in the world. It was not so easy to kill him. Jackal said that to kill him, you have to increase the prices 10 times. That means, first, you were talking about 10 million. I will be able to work for you only after taking at least 100 million. To blackmail the woman, Bianca kidnaps her daughter from a protest. She was taken to the police station, accused of attacking the police. Jackal is now shown here, who has come in the middle of the forest, where he has a luxurious house. There is no house besides his house for miles, but we also see his wife, Nuria, after which, a secret room made inside his house, where he hides all his guns and evidence. Even after hiding everything, he again checks his account. Till now, his payment has not been received. On the other side, Bianca has a very big problem. The girl she had picked up, his health deteriorated in jail. They also tried to take her to the hospital, but there is no benefit. She dies on the way. This morning, Bianca receives a call from Allison. That means a call comes from that girl's mom. Before Bianca could hear her, she asks if you have Norman's number. Without answering her, Aliso tells her, I know. You are the one who got my daughter arrested. Because a day before, you told me Norman's number. And the next day, without any reason, my daughter got arrested. This can't be a coincidence. Bianca pretended like she knew nothing about it. She didn't tell Allison about her daughter's death. On the contrary, she started blackmailing her. Anyway, I don't know anything about it, that your daughter has been arrested. If she is arrested, then I can free her very easily. You need to give me Norman's number in return. In the meantime, Bianca had to go to the office called for reporting. Isabel tells her that because of you, a girl died in jail. What do you have to say about it? Instead of being ashamed, Bianca said to Isabel, we'd learned from her report that she is a heart patient. It was caused by a heart attack. Yes, I am guilty of this, that she died in jail, and that was very bad, but I can't do anything. As soon as she said that, she left the office and calls Allison again and says that I spoke to an officer to get your daughter released, but on the condition that you will give me Norman's number through your husband. Bianca could not interrogate the first case of Jackal. On the other hand, Jackal is preparing for his next case. He searched about Dog Charles and found out that Dag Charles is followed by millions of people around the world. And this time, he is going to do something like this, because of which the world's richest people can have a lot of problems. That is why the world's richest people, together, wanted to kill Dog Charles. Here, we're shown a meeting of those rich people, in which a woman named Zena tells them all that she had hired Jackal to kill Dog Charles. He is asking for $100 million for this work. He needed to pay half the amount before his work is done. He wants half the amount later. What problem did they have with Dog Charles? We also know this duck through Charles's interview. Dog Charles was going to launch a software, because of which anyone in the world could see the worth of every rich human being. Also could see where do they spend their wealth and how they have earned. That is why all of the politicians and rich people fear about their privacy and reputation. They wanted to stop the launch of this software by killing Dog Charles. It was Jackal's son's birthday. He was just celebrating it together with his family. Alvaro came to him, his wife's brother. He knew that Jackal had too much money. That's why he requests Jackal for some money. so that he could buy half a bar for his friend. Jackal was in a bit of a hurry, so he tells him to discuss about it later. We see that he has a 3.7 million euro transaction. This amount was given to him for the new mission, for which he had to go now. His wife, Nuria, came to drop him off at the airport, from where he had to go to Germany. It was strange that as soon as Nuria left, he changed his path. He goes to a bank, some cash from there, and buys a fake identity card and passport from here, and leaves for the airport again. During this time we see that Nuria's eyes fall upon him. Nuria calls Jackal right away, but the Jackal does not receive it, and Nuria gets upset and tells the whole thing to Mom. So her mom tells her, "I told you, don't trust Jackal. He's definitely doing something like this. He is cheating on you." We see Allison, who is sitting with her husband at a bar, and she sends her husband to get something on some pretext. After that, she took out Norman's number, takes his picture, and sends it to Bianca so that her daughter can be released by Bianca. Bianca had gone one step ahead in her case. Now she sends this number to get it traced. Jackal comes here and meets Zina, i.e., his new dealer, who asks him, "Why have you come to Germany? You just killed a politician, and the police are looking for you only. If they caught you, then what?" He tells Zina that nothing like this will happen. Zina tells him that, "I have complete faith in you, that you will be able to do our work. But my other clients want to know, will you be able to work or not? They don't want any mistakes." By telling this, Jackal goes to his hotel room, where he starts to check that who paid him the money last time for killing a politician. Nuria, tracing the location of Norman, and reaches there with her entire force. Norman had already learned about their arrival. He was ready with his weapons. As soon as these people came and raided, Norman shot 2 men and killed them there. He ran away from here after taking his car, and Bianca couldn't catch him. However, she finds a suitcase here. Bianca puts that suitcase and the dead body of her companion in her car, left for her office. The purpose of Bianca was fulfilled, so she conveyed this news to Allison by someone, that her daughter had died in police custody. Hearing this, both Allison and her husband feel very sad, and they leave this city and head for London. Bianca reaches the headquarters with the suitcase and shows the suitcase to Isabel and others, which had a complete sniper gun inside it, which had to be assembled before operation. Bianca told them that, "I reached the headquarters by traveling with this suitcase, but nobody caught me. No one even suspects this suitcase. Norman must have given the same suitcase to the killer." And a suitcase like that was also seen in that footage. It becomes clear whoever the shooter is, he knows Norman, and with his help, he gets weapons made for himself. Seeing such huge progress, Isabel gives the case to Bianca. We see Jackal, who got Nuria's call. Today, after a long time, he was able to contact Nuria. Nuria asks about the day when, instead of airport, he had gone somewhere else. He lies that it could be someone else, but Nuria was sure it was Jackal. She felt that Jackal was cheating on her. That's why Jackal shows her his own room and washroom, where there was none. This time, Nuria gets relaxed and disconnects her phone. She asks him to come back home soon. Now, Nuria had begun to investigate Jackal's thing at home. When she goes to his private room, she finds a secret cabin under which Jackal used to hide his guns. We see that Bianca has secretly called Allison to meet. While her husband was very sad, Allison asked, "Why have you called me?" Bianca told her that, "We went to catch Norman. We couldn't catch him, but his phone is with us, in which your husband, Larry's calls, have been seen many times. If you want that, you husband should not be involved, and should be kept behind prison bars. Figure it out through him. Where is Norman now?" Allison was in pain and wasn't being blackmailed by her. She says, "My daughter was killed because of you. Whatever you do, I will not listen to you." She comes back to her room, where her husband asks for her phone. From Allison's phone's picture, he finds out that it was Allison who gave Norman, Larry's brother, to Bianca. He gets so angry with Allison that he starts hitting Allison. Allison ran out of the room to save her life, but her husband drags her into the room, and he beats her and kills her. On coming to the office, Bianca got another progress. In case, she says that before killing the politician, Norman received constant calls from a man named Jackal. That's why Bianca now asks he team members to find about Jackal. Here Jackal goes into a hotel parking lot, and after killing the driver of a car, and takes his appearance. The politician who was killed by Jackal, on his funeral, no one looked sad. Everybody was worried about their share, his wife and daughter too. His son was quiet for the time being, who left from here after the funeral. Jackal hit his leg. It is seen at this time, it was Jackal who was at the driving seat. He has killed the bodyguard sitting with him, and then tells that boy, "You shouldn't have abused that day." The boy got scared after seeing Jackal, and he told him that I gave you the money to kill my dad. You shot me, I slipped out in the flow, and that's why I didn't even give you the remaining money. Jackal had figured out who was the one to get the politician killed, and who had stopped his money. On hearing his confession, he now turns the car and takes it to the other way. This means Jackal has now kidnapped this boy. The confession he heard, the other bodyguards had also heard it through his phone call. Jackal takes him to a haunted spot and shoots him, and then plants a bomb in his car and leaves. In a short while there was a bomb blast. All evidence was destroyed there. On the other side, we see Jackal's wife, Nuria, had called her brothers to investigate about Jackal. They also try to open Jackal's locker to find out how much money he has, but all three of them together can't open it. Then Alvaro, Nuria's brother, sees through the map that there is also a secret room inside the house. Somehow they break it and get inside that room, where they get a lot of money and fake identities. As soon as the door opens, Jackal's security alert also works. Jackal finds out that Nuria and her brother, Alvaro, have gone to his secret room. Jackal was traveling in his thoughts when, by mistake, he had an accident. The van driver follows him, and Jackal gives him some money and try to control the whole matter. But unfortunately, the police arrive there and ask for the documents of both the cars, and then tell Jackal that I need to search your car. While searching, they found a lot of money and fake passports, because of which now the Jackal gets trapped. But Jackal didn't want to. That is why he shot the police too, and the man in front of as well, because he saw Jackal while killing the police. Then he held the guns in their hands in such a way that the onlookers felt that they have shot each other. After setting the environment, he leaves from here, after which on the way, he told his wife Nuria, on call, "I am in Paris these days, and you too come to Paris for a few days. I want to tell you this important thing." She agrees to his words, and he books a hotel room in Paris for Nuria. Later we are shown that Nuria enters the room, and she slaps Jackal for his lie. But Jackal properly covers all his lies. He tells Nuria, "Actually, I am a secret agent, and I get a lot of missions that I have to complete secretly. I'm not doing anything bad, but because I'm a secret agent, I have to hide my identity. My life is also at risk in all these missions. That is why I have no orders to tell anyone about my missions. That is why I was on a mission that day too, and didn't want to let you know my real location. I told you before leaving that I am from Germany." When the Jackal thought that Nuria was getting into his words, "Nuria, I will soon leave this job for you and my son. I will stay with my family then." We see that Zena met her boss, who actually hired Jackal, was to kill Dog Charles. It was found that Jackal had murdered that politician's son, because of which there is danger behind him. There is a fear that the police will catch him, and they will get more fear that he might even be able to kill Duck Charles or not. He tells Zena, "Whatever happens, our work must be done." Here we are shown Bianca, who gets a message from Allison, who wants to meet her. Actually, these messages were sent by Allison's husband. Bianca reaches the place told by Allison, and coming here, she realized that these messages were not sent by Allison, but her husband did it. Bianca gets scared seeing the knife in his hand, and she immediately reports her headquarters. The officer close to her was sent to her to help her. This officer could attempt to murder Larry, so Bianca immediately informed the officer to be alerted that we have to catch him alive. Understanding Bianca's move, he tries to run away. Bianca goes and catches him, but he attacks her instead. Many officers come and surround him. The officers came here and saved Bianca from him, but Larry is able to escape from here. Bianca was very sad because Larry was the person who could have brought them to Norman. Now they go to his hotel room to catch him. Then they see that Larry has murdered his wife, Allison. The scene cuts, and we are shown Dag Charles, whose security chief was telling that your life is in danger if you are on the 28th to that concert and launch your app, so it's possible that someone came there to kill you. But Dag Charles is still adamant that he was at the concert that day and also will launch his app. Here we now see the concert hall, in which Dag Charles had to come and launch the app. Here Jackal came to inspect before the mission, which would be the best place from where he could kill Dag Charles. Jackal climbs above the ceiling of the concert hall. He starts taking pictures of the concert hall from every angle. His feet falter and he falls down, but he held on to the ceiling and hung there. His phone has fallen down, but he saved himself and stood up again. Then he came down from the ceiling and met a man who used to do sweeping work. He knew that this man would be useful for him. He also makes friends with Bianca. While going home, sees that Larry was already present at her house, the one she had been looking for. Bianca's daughter was held captive by him. He had come to avenge his daughter's life. He says, "You killed my daughter. Look, I will kill you in front of your eyes." Before he does something, Bianca hits a bullet on his leg and frees her daughter. Larry was lying wounded there. Bianca asked him, "Where is Norman?" She could complete her investigation here if her daughter were not worried. We see that as soon as Jackal comes into his room, Xena was already waiting for him. She was angry and she asked Jackal, "Why did you go to kill that politician's son? Do you know how many police are after you? My clients are starting to think that you will not be able to complete their mission." Hearing her words, Jackal was getting angry, and she understood. She cooled her tone and said to Jackal that if you find us anywhere in all this, you can tell us. The scene cuts, and we're shown that Larry has been admitted to the hospital. While torturing him, Bianca asks him to tell her about Norman as soon as possible. "Otherwise, you will be tortured like this. And if you give us Norman's address, you'll be able to attend the funeral of your wife and daughter." Larry told Bianca about Norman's house. It is a white-colored house, which also has a stable. Finally, now we're shown Norman. He had an injury on one of his arms. Because of Bianca's attack last time, he stalled the security cameras where he was living, whom he was just checking, and he received Jackal's call, who told him that I need a new weapon for a new mission. Jackal couldn't use the weapons earlier because they were made of metal. This time, he had to hit his target by going to a concert. Then he needed a weapon that doesn't have metal in it at all. Norman agrees with him, but he tells him that his hand is hurt right now, and I'm not going to do this work for you so quickly. Jackal tells Norman that he has to haste. This mission is quite important for him. He tells Norman that if you can't make it, I'll come there to help you. Norman also tells Jackal his location. Now Jackal reaches his city. We see that Norman himself came to pick him up to his house. This whole house is filled with weapons. There were a lot of those suitcases right here, as used by Jackal in the previous mission. Jackal had to get a suitcase made, but he didn't need metal in it. Jackal made a drawing of all of that, all which he showed to Norman, and set him to arrange the stuff to make it. Norman brings him all these things, and in a short while, both of them made this gun very easily. Norman gave Jackal a little training with gunshots. Here, we also see Bianca, who reached Norman's city to catch him. Here we see that Jackal had reached the forest for practice. As soon as he finishes his practice and returns home, he saw a car coming near Norman's house. He understood that these must be agents who came to capture Norman. Realizing the situation, Jackal immediately gets down by the car and sits in a nearby without letting Bianca's car driver suspect him. He calls Norman to alert him, but Norman was sleeping and not picking up the call. Now, after a while, when he picks up the call, Jackal tells him to erase all the evidence and bomb this place, because MI6 agents have arrived here looking for you. Norman quickly tries to remove all the data here, and before he can escape from here, the shooting begins here, which was done by Bianca and her team. He also picks up a gun to save himself from them and shoots them. He even managed to kill one of them, but then he ran out of bullets. As soon as he started reloading, Bianca and her men came inside quickly. Bianca shot at him and wounded him and took him prisoner. Now she asks him where Jackal is. Norman flatly denies who Jackal. Bianca says, "Don't be too much. If you are here, then Jackal is also somewhere around." Before they torture Norman and find out about Jackal, the sound of a gunshot was heard. Who kills Norman? It was Jackal who shot it, who didn't want MI6 agent Norman to torture him and find out about his location. This gunshot has trapped him. Agents of MI6 find him. That is Jackal. They run after him to catch him. It was Jackal's good luck that there were horses on which he ran away from here. Bianca and her agents set out to capture him, but Jackal went inside the jungle. He went taking advantage of the darkness, jumped out of the river, and he was slipped out of Bianca's hands. Crossing the river, at last he reached a place where he could see a farmhouse in front of him. Thankfully, he found a place to rest. Going there, he fell asleep. But as soon as he wakes up, there was a man in front of him who had a rifle pointed at him. And that guy made Jackal a prisoner. This is not an agent actually. He was the owner of this property, who considered Jackal to be a thief. Once, he had a thought to free Jackal. But when he sees a big sniper in his luggage, he takes him to his home, and he calls his brother, and explains the whole thing. The brother tells him that to make Jackal talk to him. Jackal tells him and says, "You can take as much money as you want, just leave me." To which the man replied, "Okay, we will leave you, but before that, I would like to meet you." The man is now coming there with his son. By the actions of the person, his brother who was with him guessed that these people were not going to release Jackal. So now he uses his training to set him free. After killing that man with his gun, he goes out. He wants to run through this guy's car, but this car was damaged. In the meantime, that man's brother and the son also came here. When that man went inside and saw that his brother had been killed by the Jackal, he fumed in anger. He knew that the Jackal will be hiding in the car, so he took his rifle and got out of the car, where Jackal shot from under the car and injured him. Later, the Jackal came out from under the car and killed him. His son also saw the whole scene. He was afraid. He surrendered himself to the Jackal, and Jackal said to him to drive quietly. The boy follows Jackal's advice and starts to drive. After getting in the car, Jackal called his wife, Nuria. Here, Jackal says to Nuria, "I am sorry. Maybe I'll survive this time, and I'll never come back." Nuria gets upset after hearing this and asks him to tell her where he is. "I can save you." Jackal wanted to win Nuria's trust. That's why he plays a game. He knew that Nuria already knew about his secret room. Here he tells Nuria about the secret room. After reaching the destination, Jackal was about to kill the man. But the boy said, "Please don't kill me. I have a family." Jackal also believes his words, because there was a picture of his family on his phone. Jackal said, "Okay, I leave you. But if anyone gets a hint about this, then I will kill both your wife and child." Now Jackal goes to a hotel where Nuria is already waiting for him. He meets Nuria and apologizes to her and says that from today onwards, I will not take such a mission. After this mission, I will retire, and I will spend all my time with you and my baby. Nuria believes him, and now he disguises himself in front of Nuria and dresses up like an old lame man. He had to go to the airport, and from there, he had to go to the concert, where Dog Charles, his target, had to come. In the same plane, we see that Bianca also has come, because she too has come for the security of the same concert. Seeing this, Jackal understood that now he would face more difficulty in killing Dog Charles. Jackal came to his hotel and changed his appearance. Someone knocked on the door. It was the police who, while looking for someone else, accidentally came to Jackal. Seeing him confused, they suspect Jackal. The officer asked for Jackal's number, called on his phone. After that, he doesn't get anything suspicious. He also goes from Jackal. Here, Jackal now knows Rasmus for a drink. This is the same sweeper of the concert hall, where the concert is to be held. While drinking, Jackal tells him that I have no place to stay here. I am staying in a hotel room. Hearing this, Rasmus tells him, "Why don't you stay with me at my house?" The next day, we see that Jackal has met Xena again. He tells Xena that because of killing the politician, Bianca and her team are after me and can make my job difficult. I want you to do something to them. Xena says, "Okay, your work will be done." On the other hand, we look at the office. That Bernica is also considering the case of Jackal. A team member of Bianca had seen Jackal the day Jackal had fired the shot. With her help, these people are getting Jackal's sketch made. We see Jackal at Rasmus's house, who was pretending to be an engineer and also to be busy with your work. Rasmus asks him, "Why don't you come with me to the concert hall? That place is quite place. You can go there and relax." Jackal told him that he wants to build a concert hall like this. That's why Rasmus opens the door to this concert hall with his ID, so that after going inside, Jackal could copy the map of this concert hall. But Jackal is here for a different purpose. Till Rasmus doesn't come here, Jackal finds a safe place to hide, where he has to kill the target while staying. It is shown that Bianca and her companion were leaving for the concert hall. They had to check the security. When they come out of the office, someone makes a deadly attack on them. Bianca and her other companion luckily survive. Bianca fires back, and the people who had come to kill them are killed. Bianca starts the journey. Today, in this concert hall, it wasn't the main concert in which the app was launched, but today was the day when after today, this concert hall was to be closed for security purposes. Jackal knew that today was the only chance to go to this place. He takes some water and dry fruits and uses Rasmus's ID and goes inside the concert hall. Jackal now goes to the roof of the concert hall and hid in the place he had already pointed out. No one could see him there, nor was there any danger to him. And living here, one could easily kill Ula Dog Charles. Jackal took his position as soon as he came, although he knows that Ula Dog Charles will come here 2 days later, as coming and going will be prohibited after 2 days. Then there were no chances for him to come. So he stayed here for 2 days and wait for him. Just one night before the concert, this place has been checked a lot through different dogs and gadgets to check either any bomb or weapon is hidden there or any hidden human there for whom all this was happening. These people did not know that he has been hidden there for a long time ago. Now the day of the concert also arrives. Bianca and her team also come here. The security here was so strict that no one can take even a small knife inside, not even the agents of MI6. After the concert, we see Dog Charles finally arrives here himself, who was the target of Jackal. The Jackal emerges from his position and have killed the cameraman and taken his position. It is shown here that Xena and all were waiting for Ula Dog Charles. There was a mistake before that. The security guard of Ula Dog Charles attacked him. The bullet did not even hit Ula, but his security was alerted. The rest of the bodyguards present there shot the man. In the meantime, Jackal didn't get the chance to attack Ula Dog Charles. His mission was failed there, but he still has one more chance, because due to this accident, now Ula was taken away from this concert for security purposes. The launch of was also postponed. Jackal climbed down from the roof of that concert hall and goes to meet Rasmus. Rasmus was excited to meet him, but he did not know that Jackal was his death at this time. Jackal kills him in this manner that no one even suspects his death. We see that all the bosses were getting very angry on Xena because the Jackal couldn't finish his job, and it was Xena who had hired Jackal. We find out that Jackal also fired a shot on Dog Charles, which had collided with the proof glass. He had failed, and this was the reason for more anger. It is shown that Dog Charles made a media conference and said that he will soon launch his Lever app. Then Bianca also leaned from security cameras that Jackal has been hidden in the ceiling of this concert hall for 2 days. It had become even more important to catch him for them because he was a killer, a very big politician before, and now there was a danger to kill a very big person. The sketch of Jackal, which was made by team member of Bianca, is shown on TV, and his wanted posters are put up. Jackal's family is also seen in this picture, and Nuria calls Jackal. She becomes suspicious of Jackal, that his is not in the security agency, because MI6 agents themselves don't put poster to catch one of their agents. When Nuria talks to the Jackal, he doesn't lie and says, "Yes, that's my picture, which you guys have seen on TV. I will tell you the truth when we meet." Nuria was devastated to hear this. She said, "I have had enough of these. I am tired of the drama. Please come back home as soon as possible." Now here we see that Bianca goes to Larry to investigate, because she knew that Larry somewhere must know the location of Norman and Jackal. She first apologizes to Larry because both Larry's wife and daughter were impacted by this mission. But Larry said in anger that their death was not because of this mission, but because of you. He doesn't say anything, but hits him with a knife right and slit his throat in front of you, Bianca. Bianca breaks down after seeing her last hope dying in front of her. She goes to her headquarters, where she finds that a file was taken for her where the names of those harpshooters were. Those were considered the best shooters till date, and one of them must be the Jackal. As soon as the Bianca reads this file, the story goes in the past, and we see Jackal's past when he was a soldier. Jackal that time was in Afghanistan, and his job was to eliminate the Taliban. Jackal is a very good and a sharp shooter, so he got difficult missions were given, in which Alex, his friend named, also used to go with him. Jackal had to kill the Taliban leader. It was not that easy to kill him. They had made all possible arrangement to kill him from a distance. He was killed in the same shootout. They became even more impressed with Jackal. After the mission, when Jackal and his companions are having a party, a named Tom comes to Jackal and says, "I know you are very good sharpshooter. If I say that you work for me, the job you are doing, to kill people, to work for once, then I would give you many times more money than the monthly salary." Jackal does not find his offer bad either, because he had not to an innocent person, but very big gangster, in return for which he was also getting $20 million, almost his 1 year's salary. He takes Alex on this mission and goes. It was not as difficult as it was told to him. He very killed that gangster very comfortably in one shot. And upon completion of this work, he got $20 million. Tom tells him that this is one thing you have done. If you want, you can earn a lot of money by doing more work like this. The next day, we see that Jackal was on a mission. They had to kill the whole group of Taliban, who were planning for a big terrorism. Jackal took his position from a distance, and as soon as their target appeared before them, Jackal killed him. There was a commotion here. People inside also started shooting at these people. But these people, the US military people, were larger in number. They shoot and kill everyone inside, and they found that out. No planning was going inside. Their news is fake. There was just a wedding going on inside. Knowing that, Jackal felt very bad. But his leader does not care about it. Killing so many innocent people was just considered as his mistake, and goes from here without any regrets. This thing made Jackal very angry. He decides that now he will not work with these. As soon as these people reach a little distance, Jackal stops the vehicles of everyone, saying that he feels there are landmines ahead. He goes for checking landmines with friend Alex, but there was nothing there either. Then Jackal took out a remote from his pocket and pressed its button, with which the vehicles presented behind them exploded, and all his companions were also killed. This work was done by Jackal, but Jackal's friend probably felt that might have an attack. He was terribly frightened, but Jackal continued walking forward calmly. He did it because he knew that the US military is killing innocent Afghans. The scenes come to the present, and we see the Jackal came to his home. Nuria was very angry. She asks him, "Is it true that you are not working for a security? Is this also true, that you can kill anyone for money?" Nuria tells him that I know the whole truth, but I want to hear it from you. Jackal gets emotional and gets angry and says, "Yes, I can kill anyone for money. The situation is very bad here," and Nuria leaves there while crying. By the next day, both of them have no conversation in between. And the next day, Nuria asks Jackal, "Isn't it possible that you can leave this work and live with me and our son?" He already had the plan. Agreeing to Nuria, he said, "Yes, I do this. I will leave all the work, and then we will live a normal family. Let me complete this mission." On hearing this, Nuria gets angry and leaves from there. At the same time, we see that Nuria's brother, Alvaro, also came here. He gets excited and asks Nuria, "Where is the Jackal? I want to get Jackal introduced to Jamie." Nuria is scared on hearing Jamie's name, because she knew Jamie was a gangster. She also scolds her brother that he is a gangster. Why do you work with him? But he does not listen to her. Then Nuria gets upset and goes to Jackal and tells him that Alvaro is with Jamie. He is a gangster. He will definitely harm Alvaro. Nuria was also afraid that if they get any lost business, they all will be in trouble. Jamie was a very big gangster. He did not think before killing anyone. Jackal relaxes Nuria and says, "Look, Nuria, as long as I'm alive, no one can harm you." He meets the Alvars and says, "I am ready to meet Jamie. Settle down a meeting with Jamie and let me know where to come." Upon hearing this, Alvaro becomes very happy. Immediately after that, we see that Jackal came to meet his friend, who has his own boat. Jackal borrows this boat from him. He puts his luggage in it and goes away from here. Here it is shown that Alvaro was sitting with Jamie. He tells him about the Jackal, that the Jackal had a lot of money. If he agrees with this deal, we can take millions of dollars from him. They were just talking when suddenly, they heard the sound of gunfire, and Jamie fell on the table. Alvaro sees all this and got upset, but he also knew that the one who killed him was none other than the Jackal. Because now, Jamie is a very big gangster, so the news of his death spread like wildfire. Bianca also got this news. As far as the distance from, he was killed. Bianca understood that Jackal must be definitely behind this too. In the next scene, again we see Jackal, who is taking a new boat, puts his luggage in it, and leaves towards the island of Dog Charles. Now after going far away from the population, he kills the owner, and then he starts assembling his snipper. He had come fully prepared to kill Dag Charles. He was at a distance of approximately 2 kilometers away from that island. He pretends here, as if has come to catch fish. His boat can be seen through CCTV cameras from the security room. But his boat was not clear, that's why nobody paid much attention to him. Here we see that like a normal day, Dog Charles swims in the sea with his security guards. There was a question of security, so a man went to the boat to check in which Jackal was. Seeing him coming towards him, Jackal shoots him, and everybody here knows that there is the shooter inside the boat. Seeing that, the security guard who was swimming Dag Charles goes underwater with Dag Charles. But Jackal knew that they will come out again after a few seconds because they can't stop breath for more than a second underwater. Jackal starts counting, and as soon as they come out of the water, Jackal first shot Duck Charles's security guard. Listening to the sound of the gun, Charles again goes inside the water. Jackal starts counting, and this time, When dog Charles comes out for breathing this time, Jackal shoots him right in the head and kills him. His work has been done. He killed his target. After this, there was no question of staying here. He takes his boat and runs from there, before Charles's security guards locate him. After finishing the boat journey, Jackal is heading towards home by car. That he gets a message from Nuria that Alvaro has been arrested due to the death of Jamie. Because of Jamie's murder, now there are checkposts at various places in the city. Jackal had his own weapons right now. He knew that if the policemen saw this, Jackal won't be saved. That's why he drives away his car from there, by blowing away the police. Now the police start following him. Because the way was short, Jackal runs away by taking his car. The police car has an accident. The news of death of Charles Dagg was shown as well. It is known that liver application, which he was about to launch, its launch was also postponed. Zena, her boss, and all people are very happy to see this. As soon as Bianca heard about Charles's death, she goes to Isabel and tells her that at one side, Dagg Charas is killed from 2 kilometers. On the other hand, Jamie has been murdered in Spain. He was also hit from a distance of approximately 1.5 kilometers. I think Jackal is behind both of these, and we must catch Jackal. But Isabel ordered her to close all the cases. Bianca was totally shocked after hearing this. 3 murders to such great people happened. How could her boss ask her to close this case? She wants to proceed with the case further, but Isabel said closing this case would be better for everyone. If you want to do it on your own, you can leave my team. Bianca leaves from here in anger. Later, Isabel is called by her senior, and she is ordered to catch Jackal by any means. He knows that only Bianca can do this work. Isabel gives him the bad news that she has just fired Bianca. He gives her the task to go and convince Bianca. We see when Jackal was heading towards his home, a small child came across the road. While trying to save him, he had an accident. His car fell down the hill, and Jackal could not even came out of it because of the overturning. In a little while, a man saw Jackal in a bad condition. He came down to help him. That poor guy helped Jackal a lot. He opened the car with great difficulty and put him out. But Jackal does wrong with him. He showed him gun and runs away after snatching his car. Unfortunately, this car doesn't accompany him, as it ran out of the petrol. To erase all the evidences, he threw the car in the dig. He was just going through the forest way. He sees an old coop who came for a picnic. He pretends to be a noble gun and goes to them. He asks for help and says, "I am not feeling well. Could you please take me to the hospital?" The couple agrees, and they leave. Here we see Alvaro, who Nuria came to release, and the cops release him, as they understood that Alvaro has nothing to do with the death of Jamie. Now we see Isabel came to meet Bianca at her house. Isabel tells Bianca that I have thought a lot about your talks. You were right. It is the matter of death of many people. We can't leave this case like this. I want you to proceed this case and bring Jackal. On the other side, we see the old couple taking Jackal towards the hospital. Jackal points his gun at them and asks them to take him to the airport. The airport was at a quite distance. It was night and dark there. Jackal makes the car stop for rest. When they were resting, the old man asks Jackal, "Will you kill us?" Jackal says, "No, I will not get anything by killing you. I just need to reach the airport." When these people get back in the car, the old woman shows smartness and injures Jackal with the knife in her hand. Even when that old man sees Jackal weaker, he attacks him. Jackal is also angry now. He got up and shot the old man, and then said to the old woman, "You did not do well. I wouldn't have killed you if you hadn't sent me at the airport." Saying this, he killed the old woman. After this, he tells Nuria, on calls, that I will be back to you soon. I will not take any mission. From now on, you and me and our family will be there. There will be no one between us. He was speaking to her with his heart. He tells her, "We'll go away to some island where no one can see us, and we can live a good life." Hearing this, Nuria says, "Yes, it is okay. You come home. I am waiting for you." We see that Bianca is also leaving for Spain to find Jackal. While Jackal was also at the airport now, he messages his dealer via dark web and asks her, "Why didn't you give me my money?" Receiving his message, Xena calls her boss, who dodges the issue of giving her money, and starts asking her about Jackal's house, etc. And from her words, Xena understands that these people don't want to pay the money. The woman says, "No, there's nothing like that, we will give you your money. Before that, you will have to come and meet me." Xena notes down her address and leaves for there. Here we see Bianca reaches Spain and goes to the police station. First of all, she investigates the murder case of Jamie. The cops tell her that we caught Alvaro in the murder case of Jamie because nowadays he was too close to him, but he was not at all guilty. All the people had seen this also. That's why we left Jamie. She gives the file to Bianca and tells her that to release Jamie, his sister came. She was married to a quite rich man. Also give Bianca the address of Nuria's house. That means automatically now Bianca is reaching Jackal's house. Bianca didn't have any idea that this is Jackal's house. She was just keeping an eye on his house with one of her member. Somehow she got a hint that it was Jackal's house. She tells her companion that this is the Jackal's house, and if that's the case, we should constantly keep an eye on him, because he will be here shortly. These people see that, as soon as the night falls, Nuria calls a taxi. She packs the stuff, clothes, and keeps some money, and goes away from here. She was not going on Jackal's call, but going away from Jackal, because Jackal had just told her that he will come home. Jackal was sitting at the airport waiting for Nuria, but when she didn't come for a long time, he left the airport. We see that Xena also reaches that hotel where she was called. Now Xena is asked on call, "Which room are you in?" Xena gives them the wrong room address because she understood that these people are planning to kill her. They don't want to give her money. They also want to erase evidence that they got Dog Charles killed. We are shown that the Jackal also reaches his home. Seeing him, Bianca recognizes him. Jackal was totally unaware of the Bianca's presence. He was broken when he entered the house, seeing that Nuria has left him. She took her son as well. At this time, he receives a call from Xena, who tells him that they have betrayed us. They are not giving it either. On the contrary, they want us to be killed. On hearing this, Jackal now knew that anyone could come to kill him. He had to run away from here for my safety. He quickly takes a big bag and starts filling the money he has in that bag, so that he too runs away from here. It is shown that Bianca and her companion are also entered the home. Before they can catch the Jackal, Alvaro returns home drunk, whom Bianca killed. Jackal understood, after hearing the bullet sound, that someone has come here to catch him. He quickly switched off the lights of his house and hides in his secret room. By the time these people fix the light and try searching everywhere, they don't get him anywhere. These people are standing on the launch. The companion saw that someone had placed a knife on Bianca. He goes in front of Bianca to save her. When Jackal fires a bullet, the bullet hits him. Bianca is very sad about her partner's death, but at the moment, she had to save herself. She pointed the gun and moved forward and says, "Jackal, I know you. All I need to know is that who is making you do all this?" Before Jackal answers her, he turned around her. When she turned around, Jackal shot and killed her too. After finishing them, Jackal calls Nuria. She does not attend Jackal's calls. She this time was at the airport. Now even Nuria's phone was off. Nuria threw her phone after being fed up with Jackal. He had become very depressed due to this behavior of the Nuria. He was not paying attention to driving. Something collides with him, and he gets very bad accident. Here in the headquarters of MI6, we see Isabel, who gives this bad news to one of her companions, that her best officer, Bianca, has been killed. Isabel tells her companion that I knew it was bound to happen. I even refused her to go there, but she did not agree. Her companion now goes and sits in his cabin. where he saw that he had a message from Bianca. It was written clearly that Isabel had sent Bianca to Spain. If he had leaked this information, he knew that he too would lose his life. So he kept the truth to himself and deleted this message. The scene cuts, and after a long time we see Jackal alive. He comes to a secret place and meets Xena, who tells him that we were betrayed by the people. It is in your hands. Either you get the money or kill them. But he tells her that right now, I have to find someone. After that, I will see what I should. Saying this, the season ends here.